Episode 4. Recap. Marks made in firelight. With Brannock Tor claimed in principle, Lady Sarantis declared a feast in honour of new stewardship and fresh beginnings. The party dispersed through Caer Lornach's merchant district, preparing for the celebration. Fine dresses were purchased and altered, rare jewellery bartered from a sharp-eyed dwarven vendor, and Griffith quietly secured his place in culinary legend. In the kitchens, Griffith crafted a masterpiece that would eclipse every platter at the feast, while Aranthor learned troubling rumours of Therian assassins preying along the roads. Meanwhile, Pholus took to the streets, speaking with farmers and hardy settlers, those who could till soil with one hand and wield steel with the other, inviting them to Brannock Tor's uncertain promise. At sundown, nearly 30 nobles and dignitaries gathered. Wine flowed freely, pride swelled, and discipline waned. What began as revelry soured when a Goliath took offence at Aranthor's hair, shoving him to the floor. Zara intervened. Voices rose, fists followed. The brawl might have consumed the hall had Griffith not unveiled his bold Furbolg spiced mushroom reduction over Brannock Tor boar, so transcendent that even combatants paused mid-swing to taste it. By night's end, bruised egos outnumbered broken bones, Alamora, very much worse for wear, was spirited away to sleep, and the party found lodging at the Open Barrel. Morning brought consequence and opportunity. Lady Sarantis awarded Griffith a silver medal, naming him chef of the realm, and offered 2 potential advisors for Brannock Tor, the unbending Marcus Crassus, or the silver-tongued Maven Sarantis. A new ally also emerged from the revelry, Hiroto Ranto Kojiro, the massive bushi known as the runt of the litter, who chose to stand with the company. With territory selected, allies forming, and rumours of danger on the roads, the celebration marked not an ending, but the first true step toward building something that will either stand or be tested by fire.
Okie doke, there we go. We have killed the music and we are live once again. More with Kingdoms of the Shattered Crown. If you hung out with us in the very beginning, we've already had our game recap. If not, you can always check the replay here on Twitch or when we upload it again to YouTube. Just before we get going here, I want to give a special shout out to. George was actually here. I'm jumping back and forth real quick. I'm trying to remember XP wise. I think we're good. Give a special shout out to a friend of ours who's no longer with us. His name is Ray Mora. You can see him on the screen. We knew him from the Star Wars clubs. Those of us who knew him, many that I ended up meeting from the Star Wars clubs, he would. I kind of became known as even though I wasn't playing D&D at the time, I was the D&D guy amongst the group because I was running at that time, I was running I think a Street Fighter game, and then shortly thereafter, I started running a vampire game. So started making the circles that I ran role-playing games. And he came up to me at one point, kind of on the sly, like right in between troops, and he says, "Hey, Jerome, I heard you do that Dungeons and Dragons thing. Is that true?" I said, "Yeah, it is." And he proceeds to tell me that because of his upbringing, he didn't have the opportunity to do a lot of those things. Dungeons and Dragons being one of them. Like myself, he grew up during the Satanic Panic, so Dungeons and Dragons obviously was of the devil. And he clearly wasn't allowed to do any of that. And I told him, sure, I'll make a special night of it. Why don't you come over? We'll make dinner. We'll make it a thing. And he was super stoked. And he got over there and he absolutely could not sit still, for his first game. He was, thoroughly enjoying it. The character that's in the background of the image, that's actually the character he played. We didn't get to play anymore after that. Obviously he was a very busy person, but he was the type of guy that was just super thankful for, opportunities or anything that you could, give to him as an individual, just as you were giving. And he would never forget it. Like, he would come up to me every so often, like after events or even during them, as he was taking pictures, and talk to me about it, or talked to me about the club that he was made an honorary member of, which I was a part of. And in thanks for what I did, because I was just doing it because I enjoyed, obviously, role playing. I enjoy running games for people, and especially when people take an interest in something, I enjoy, like, kind of breaking it down for them and trying to make it as special as possible. He ended up, and I keep in mind, this was 2017. It was 2017, 2018 when this happened. So he ends up he got me a gift, and he got me Striper's To Hell with the Devil album on vinyl, which is like many, many years out of date as of that point. So I was blown away at the generosity. I still don't have a record player, but I am definitely going to get one specifically for that. But that was just the type of guy he is, and he ended up. The reason why I'm doing it right now is we ended up having a memorial service for him last year, around this time at the very beginning of March, because he ended up passing away suddenly in December of 2024. So I just wanted to give a special shout out to someone very special who affected many people and their lives with his just abundance of generosity and enthusiasm. So that being said, we miss you, and I know you're up there someplace, and I hope you enjoy the game. Just please keep the dad puns and the one-liners to a minimum, because he was certainly known for it. All right, so you guys have already heard the recap. You guys already have the notes in front of you as to what was happening. We still have some catching up to do, because we've got other players who are coming back to us for one reason or another, who were out We're going to be skipping around a little bit. That was very. Oh, there we go. So thank you very much. Abby gave Matt a reroll. Matt, make sure to mark that down in your character sheet. And welcome back, Paul. Thank you for hanging out with us. We're going to be bouncing around just a little bit. Obviously, we've got some housekeeping items in character to take care of. Where we're first going to start off is actually the morning after. With the hangovers, with the regret.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, yes. Polis waking up, he's like, why does my chest say no regrets? Anyway, so Asonia, as you are waking up, you and Alamora had shared a room at the inn.
Okay.
You retired probably a little bit earlier than the others. You actually weren't somebody who imbibed much with drink. We already kind of discussed what you did. You found the temple of Ayumide here and said a prayer and kind of did some meditations, because it's the first time you've been anywhere near a shrine dedicated to her, and since you left your home. Matter of fact,
yep.
You're many miles away.
Yep.
As you glance across to Alamora, you're first, getting up in the morning. Alamora has a sheet, all of her sheet, wrapped around her right leg. She is wearing her, top, like her, the poet kind of peasant shirt sort of look, kind of over the top. Underneath it is what appears to be her like nightie or gown that you normally just go to sleep in, but it's obviously layered incorrectly, and like part of it's coming out her left sleeve, so it doesn't even appear to be on correctly, and then that's it. She's not naked. She's just not thoroughly dressed and kind of like awkwardly adjusted.
She's probably snoring a little bit for being in, the deep post-drunkard sleep.
Yes. Which is actually a first for you. You haven't since you have reconnected familial wise. This is the first time you've actually heard her like this deep in a sleep. Even after that time, you guys, finally hit up like a hot spring and had, warm beds for the first time. Like, even then, she wasn't sleeping quite that hard.
I am going to look at her enough to figure out what I'm seeing. And then assume that she probably got in pretty late and needs her rest, and so I'll just put my blanket over the top of her.
Okay.
And then do my morning.
Give me a perception
meditation.
check.
Okay.
And in fact, what is your passive perception?
I should open a character sheet.
Oh!
I got my notes up. I forgot about the other part.
Docked 20 XP.
I know.
Yes. Oh no!
I was just thinking penalty.
No!
Admonish.
At least I'm honest. Okay, perception. Wait, what is where do I find passive perception?
Passive perception is usually right by your stats.
Or your
passive.
Yeah.
I have passive wisdom and then parentheses perception.
That's it.
Is that okay? Yeah, 13.
Okay, that's good enough. So you notice two things. So you've kind of paused just very briefly. You got your blanket, about ready to cover up for some more modesty and obviously some warmth. One, she has kind of a cloud strife, like bed head coming off one side of her head. Like she is just laid and burrowed her head into a pillow and just kind of like up really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second, because of how her shirt and gown are kind of awkwardly like thrown onto her in a way, you can tell she actually has some markings that kind of come down
Oh no.
off of her neck.
No.
Okay, this this I'm going to take a closer look at because I'm a little bit worried.
Okay.
So I will actually like lift up her hair or her
If you're going
shirt
to take
or
a
whatever
closer
to
look, you could,
see.
and
Yeah.
you're trying to be careful about it, you could kind of push her hair off to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
And given the way her, her clothing and gown kind of sit, all you have to do is just maybe pull it down a little bit with a finger.
Yeah.
You get a better view of like her whole neck and a little bit of her shoulder.
Okay.
So as you do that, you can see that it appears to be some sort of markings that flow in very intricate patterns, all of them kind of curving and coming into swirls. Very Celtic-like. But it appears to keep going.
Okay. So it's not like an injury.
No. But this is new.
It's not hickeys.
Okay. Well,
Well, they were kissing, so yeah.
interesting.
That's what I thought it was at first. I was like, wait, what on earth is this? Okay.
Okay, I will file that away. And maybe I will pour her some water and put it on the table next to the bed.
Okay. Good enough. So you guys, given the fact that you guys have been given such good treatment, we can just assume you've got a pitcher of water in there waiting for you, whether it be to splash on your face or whatever, and you just pull out like a tin, a travel tin that you guys might have like in your packs, and fill it up with water and set it on the little nightstand there.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you have risen as of this point.
Alamora has?
No, it's Sonia.
Okay.
Outside of pouring her a cup of water, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll get dressed and then go and get some exercise. Take my sword out into the yard and do
Okay.
some warm-ups and stuff.
Okay, sure. All right, well, so we kind of know what's going on with most everybody else at the inn. So Quaid, let's jump over to you.
Yep.
You were notoriously missing from the shenanigans at the party. At some point, you recall giving in to one of your vices, which is drink.
Yep.
And being that you have vices, and the fact that this was free was probably a bit too much temptation for you to fight off.
Yep, makes sense.
So you wound up with a bottle all to yourself. Clearly nobody even bothering to ask, and you ended up wandering off. You felt warm and cold, and then warm again at one point. That's the most vivid memory you can come up with. Most of it that you can recall is, well, you would probably proudly say that you were walking, but if you were honest, you were probably stumbling around someplace, because you took like several big chugs, and then by that point you were already buzzing and starting to get way more tipsy. And at one point, when you got warm again, there was some flickering lights, or a lantern had been brought with you, and then you recognized the scent of horse feed and manure and hay.
Mr.
And it wasn't-
Hibbs.
It wasn't terribly uncomfortable. You recall, at least if it was numbed by the wine that you may have taken, but you recall it being comfortable at least.
Cool.
Oh, I need to get that pulled up 1 second. thought I had. Oh, and Paul gave us a cheer of a biddy. Is this it? I think it is. Yeah, this is it. All right, so you're not sure what time exactly it is when you first start to wake up. All you know is that the lantern that you had with you, is out. So really, there's some ambient light coming through, like stable, well, I should say the stable that you're in, like, maybe some slits through the wood,
Yeah.
or whatever have you, and maybe the barn doors, but very, very little, pretty dark. Okay. And as you start to wake, the first thing you start to hear sounds first, and it's not thunder or wind, but it's hooves, which isn't exactly alarming at first. You realize you tumbled into a stable at some point.
It's connected on my end.
Huh? Yeah, we can hear you. I was.
Oh shit! Sorry. I thought I was out. My bad. I was telling Angela that we were like to connect it again.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're fine. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But the hooves at this point, when your mind starts to register, like a horse wouldn't be wandering the barn. They usually just kind of stay in their stall. That's the point behind the barn.
Right.
So the hoof beats are slow, they're measured, and they're heavy, as if they're striking damp earth. But they echo like iron against stone. The stable is actually unusually cold. It feels a bit too much. It feels a little bit colder than it might have been normally at the night, or maybe the alcohol's burned off. But the horses in their stalls are all awake, and they're all just kind of still and silent, as if they're watching. And the air actually now begins to smell faintly of peat smoke and frost. And then you start to hear it, a carriage wheel creaking. It's not hurried, and it doesn't seem to be in distress of any kind. It just seems to be waiting, almost as if it's outside the stable doors.
And at that, if he can, he tries to get himself to his feet, like kind of brush off whatever he's got on him to be prepared.
What's your constitution? Just the score.
Score. Constitution is at a 14.
Okay. You're a little lightheaded, but you're not. You wouldn't be out of penalty if a fight broke out for any reason.
Cool.
At least that's kind of how you feel right now. You've probably slept off a good portion of it.
Awesome. So yeah, he gets up, makes sure he has his things on him, and then he kind of measuredly, cautiously approaches the door where he's hearing the sound from beyond it.
Okay. It's hard to say, but you can definitely see something large outside the door. Probably the carriage or whatever the wheel is attached to. It could be, a wagon of some kind. But there's definitely something parked almost directly outside the barn doors.
And is it like, you mentioned that there are like small, like possible slats or whatever that I could see through. Could I like walk up to one of them and see if I can glance and get an idea of what might be?
Give me a perception check. Take a look.
Perception. Okay. $17.
Nice. Okay. So you find one that's actually big enough. almost as if like a knot of the wood had fallen out, so it's big enough. It's not just like a crack. It's big enough for you to put like an eye up to it and see a good bit without being fully exposed.
Cool. Okay.
Right outside the stable doors, the countryside is dim. It's moonlit, pale, and wind curling over the Velathan hills like it does along the old roads outside of town. But right before you, you see it standing. A long black coach of lacquered wood, so dark it drinks in the moonlight. There's no lanterns, no driver's torch. The wheels rimmed in iron that gleam faintly in blue, as if reflecting some light not present. The windows are curtained in black velvet, and they're unmoving despite the wind. The horses, you actually get a good view of the two horses or I should say the four horses that actually pull this particular carriage or coach. They're tall and muscular. Their breath doesn't seem to steam. Their eyes don't reflect any light. And the tack is silvered, etched in Celtic knotwork and runes that appear to be far too old for Velathan. And you don't see any driver sitting atop the box.
Okay. Looking back in the stable I'm in, all of the horses, are they still looking like at the barn door?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's your first tip off that something's wrong. Animals
Right.
can usually pick up on something that doesn't seem to be right.
Yeah.
Whether it be dangerous or unnatural or whatever.
So then he's going to gather his shield, draw his rapier, and then open the barn door and stand to see if like anything approaches him after he does that.
So as you pause and you move to like, well, you draw your weapons, get your shield ready and whatnot. And as you do that to turn and look at the barn doors, they're already open. Like you didn't hear it, you didn't even sense the movement, especially given the fact that you're that close to them.
Yeah.
They're already open. And that's when you end up seeing it. Like the moonlight catches it just a bit. A Dullahan. And it stands near the fore of the carriage, one hand resting upon the open reins. Tall, impossibly, a very possibly tall figure, cloaked in a long, windless black mantle. Armor beneath is dark iron etched in spirals and battlefield glyphs. Clearly no head upon his shoulders. Instead, tucked beneath one arm, cradled like something precious, its own severed head. The eyes burn with a low, steady blue light. The mouth doesn't move even if it speaks. The voice you hear actually comes from everywhere at once. It looks at you and it says, Quaid McGinnis.
That's me. What do you want?
The door on the carriage opens. Get in.
Why? Where are you taking me?
It doesn't answer.
Can
But
I see?
it just stands at the ready. It's not making any sort of moves or anything. It just kind of staring you down.
Okay. From where I'm standing, can I see into the coach to see if there's anything or anyone inside it right now?
Yeah, there's enough lighting to see, and there's no one else in there.
Okay.
If this wasn't so creepy, it would look kind of rich.
Right. Okay.
Nice leather seats, but everything, of course, dark.
Power windows, air conditioning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Sweet. The
Four
Dullahan.
on the floor.
the Dullahan. Do, does it look like he has any type of weapon on him?
Oh, he does.
What would it be?
He has a sword on one side, and on his other, he has his whip, made of human spine.
Gotcha. Okay. And upon this happening, I haven't heard the horses neighing or freaking out or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Then he'll go ahead and sheath his sword, put his shield back on his back, and he'll do what the Dullahan says and head into the head into the coach.
Okay. So once you step back up in, the door swings shut by itself. You can't really see him at this point, but you can feel the coach kind of move as he clearly jumps back up on top. And then with there's no real crack of the range. There's no slamming sounds. Everything is pretty gentle. The horses just start to go off, and much of the sound that you heard before, very cold iron across stone as they gallop heading outward into the night.
Okay.
And when they move, they run much faster than you're used to with something horse drawn.
Thanks.
The countryside around you begins to blur. Valathan fields whipping past under pale moonlight. Stone walls flash like bones. Hills roll and flatten unnaturally. The coach does not bounce, it glides. Then a fork in the Imperial Road appears. One that seems to go further east, as if it was going towards as if it would be crossing a nearby river and going into Theria. The other one forking as if it's going off alongside the river someplace. And it veers, taking the other path. And as it veers, the road begins to darken. Not the surroundings, but the road itself. It's not as if it's charred or it's tar of any kind of pitch. It's just the stones themselves become blacker. Ancient, smooth, polished black stone spreading like frost across the earth. And the coach turns without slowing. Ahead you see a covered stone bridge, narrow, arched, and ancient. And as they thunder across it, the sounds of the hooves change from stone to hollow. They echo to something that does not belong in the air. Halfway across, the countryside seems to vanish. The far end of the bridge is no longer Valathan. It is nothing but shadow. When the coach emerges, the world is dim. Not hellfire, and it's certainly not screaming. It's a vast plain beneath a colorless sky. Not black or gray, but just drained. Shapes move about slowly across the field. Thousands. Semi-transparent figures wandering in loose currents. They aren't tortured, and they are not chained, but they seem to carry weight. Some sit in the dust, staring in their hands. Others walk endlessly in circles. Some gather in quiet murmuring clusters. Some stand before distant shapes, bridges, homes, figures that never resolve. It doesn't seem to be punishment. It seems to be reflection. The air here smells like cold rain and old stone. The wind carries faint whispers, not cries, but unfinished conversations. Faint glow flickers around some spirits, as if memories clung too tightly still. Occasionally, as the coach continues, you see one spirit clutching something invisible to its chest. Another repeatedly walking towards a silhouette that dissolves every time. These are the should-have-beens, the almosts, the good enoughs, the nearly faithful. And they look at the coach as it passes. Not with terror, though, with awareness. Some do bow their heads, cognizant of what comes before them. But the Dullahan does not slow. The black road continues, and ahead the horizon changes. Light, not blinding, but muted, as if silvery gray. The sky lightens into heavy cloud cover that never parts, but always glows faintly, as if an occasional beam kind of crosses out and rolls back beyond. Fields appear, rolling, gentle, and impossibly serene. Trees that shimmer slightly at the edges, like reflections in water. Stone cottages and manor houses that look familiar. Very similar to structures that you've seen in Caer Connaught architecture, but subtly perfected. Roofs never seem to sag. Walls are never crumbling. The grass always stands just a touch greener than real. The spirits walk here too, but all of them appear different. They're still semi-transparent, but less faded. They speak to one another. They laugh softly. They build, they farm, they gather. This isn't your stereotypical heaven, but it seems to be a place of rest. As the coach ride continues, you're given the opinion, maybe it's something you concocted in your head to delineate between the two, or maybe it's something that speaks to you as you ride through this plane of existence. You think that perhaps these are the individuals that gave their all. They worked without complaint, stood firm in quiet devotion, or loved fiercely. Or perhaps they advanced the world in small, meaningful ways. And you realize that this is the half Elysian shore. It's not a heavenly body in which the eternal deities might reside, but it's not half bad. As the coach ride continues, you are brought into a large city, perhaps a capital of the dead. It stands very similar to an idealized eastern Caer Connaught port. White stone walls gleaming faintly, almost as if they were gypsum. High towers etched in knotwork, banners that do not flap but shimmer. Harbor waters that reflect a sky that is not entirely real. The coach doesn't enter through the gates. The gates open before it arrives. No guards stand there. They're not needed. The streets are filled with wandering spirits, heroes and humble alike. A blacksmith spirit works at a glowing anvil. A mother kneels to speak to a child whose outline flickers but does not fade. A former knight leans on a spectral wall, speaking calmly with a farmer. This is where the honored rest, not only for the famous, but for the faithful. At the heart of the city stands a vast cathedral-like hall of pale stone and silver-veined marble. Mist pools along its steps. The coach finally slows for the first time. The Dullahan steps down, and its head turns towards you. Beyond the archway, within the hall, something awaits as the door comes open.
So he steps out, looks around. Can he see what is like beyond that archway that's mentioned?
There's a hallway. Clearly it's going inside some sort of... Well, based upon what you're seeing, it's probably some sort of civic building of some kind.
Okay.
But it's, again, it stands out above all others. So perhaps it's the city hall of this city of the dead.
Right. Are there spirits like going to and from it
No,
right now? No? Okay.
no, none are entering it. It's nothing quite of that nature.
So then turn to the Dullahan and go, when I go in there, who am I looking for?
He doesn't speak. It simply motions you forward.
All right. He goes ahead and heads where he points into that building.
Okay, so as you start to approach and stepping up the steps, there's always nothing here is illuminated by torchlight. There's something in place of it, right? There's always like sconces of some kind nearby, but there's some sort of almost a faint, soft, silvery white light that shimmers from it. It doesn't move like fire, however. Everything here moves almost as if it's underwater, if it seems to move at all.
Okay.
The hall itself is open. Many tapestries in here hang, obviously in honor of somebody. Why don't you roll religion?
Sure. 15.
Oh, okay. As you take a moment, and you probably picked up on this after the conversations about the Dullahan kind of came about to your... It's like a little bit more prominent in the back of your mind because of the spooky interloper you guys had following you through the mountain range.
Right.
These all of these banners contain the symbol. It basically, it looks like almost like a spectral crown of some kind. If you could embroider such a thing, of faint white, like platinum strands with silver, to signify what her crown looks like. They are the markers of Megain herself,
Okay.
goddess of the dead and war.
All right. So he sees that, and does it look like there's any obvious like meeting place where he should be headed?
Yeah, as you continue, as you end up continuing onward, you're actually now approaching a throne room.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. It's like you just enter, and it's like, oh, kind of like how old churches used to be made.
Okay.
There wasn't really, much in the way of rooms. It was usually just one main like hall and kind of in a T shape.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, then he'll just keep headed in the obvious direction.
So as you end up approaching, of course, the visual for you is in the Discord chat. You end up seeing a translucent figure draped in a spectral veil, crowned in ancient metal, her eyes burning blue, but not with rage, but they do seem to be very aware. And she is standing. The air around her hums faintly, almost as if distant battle drums are heard through the earth, almost at a constant.
So he goes ahead and approaches and then stops. Can I tell like how tall she is?
Actually, as you approach,
Yeah.
you would say she's probably in the low 6 foot range visually.
Okay.
Statuesque, but not giantess.
Okay. So, yeah, then he'll stop like a respectable distance away. He'll stay standing, but his hands will just be still resting on his belt on the front of him. It'll be like, it seems your Dullahan summoned me here. Why?
So you could hear the footprints or the footsteps, I should say, of a Dullahan coming in from behind.
Taking a look back, is it just one or
Yeah,
multiple?
just the one.
Or...
It's
okay.
it's the one you came with.
Okay.
And at this point, the Dullahan does actually speak. Kneel.
Turns back towards the spectral lady and goes ahead and kneels on one knee.
As you do, it's clear that no one's expecting you to introduce yourself. You're already known.
Yeah.
They came for you.
Right.
This isn't like, we're going to make you go through the rigmarole again. But once you do that, she sits in her throne, and the Dullahan is ever present, but he's like about 8 feet from you, like almost against the wall, not like breathing down your neck of any sort, okay, but ever present.
Sure, gotcha.
And when she speaks, it's always in a whisper. It's loud enough to hear, and it's almost as if it's in your head. Okay. And she says, "You owe a debt."
What debt is that, and to who?
A debt of life. To me.
Why do you think I owe this debt? What did I do?
There's a long pause there, as if the question is going to be weighed and measured. You were brought back to this world.
Brought back? I thought I came from a different one. But I wasn't before? You
were someone. Sure.
And it's you who brought me back. But why?
It's not done.
And what job is that?
Vengeance. Justice.
What am I to do then?
Choice. It's simple. Receive answers.
I do need answers. And if you brought me back, I guess you're right. I owe you one. All right. I'll accept your mark. So he then puts his second knee and he like bends his head out of respect.
Okay. So the Dullahan at this point puts his hand on your shoulder. It looks like it's keeping you in place. It's not like an especially tight grip or inflicting any sort of pain.
Okay.
And in an instant, it's almost as if she passes through you. And for a moment, you feel almost as if you were on fire. Like literal flames, and you're burning. And you realize that wasn't from her. There's a scorching sun overhead. And there was a crystalline shape. And not everything's coming back to you, but you remember you had to destroy this. It was up to you. You were the only one. Someone urged you on. Someone you cared about deeply. And you understood that this was a sacrifice that only you could make. How or why, you're not entirely sure. There's clearly a lot missing. And then the next memory you hear as the fire is consuming you is the shattering of that crystal. And it's not a simple crystal. It's a large, beaming crystal that had some sort of superheated magical energy surrounding it, coming out of it. And in doing so, you hear screams around you of terror, of anger. And then you're awaking. You can hear birds chirping. You're still in the stall, and you hear the doors opening up, light kind of coming in. And a farmer sees you there. Oi! What are you doing in my barn?
Sorry. He's like holding the bottle.
Yeah, you still got your bottle. Like, you finished both of them off. So that was impressive.
Sorry, sir. I'll get out of your hair and barn. He like stumbles up and again
Hey,
dusts himself off.
wait a minute. Are you one of them celebratory types that the old lady was celebrating last night? You don't seem to be dressed like one of the locals.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm one of them.
I'm deeply sorry, my lord. You had a bit too much to drink. Let me take the volume a bit down. Do you need anything? Do you need me to escort you someplace?
I think I'll be. Do you know if the rest of us met somewhere? What time is it? Is it morning?
Oh, it's just a hair of a morning. I'm kind of late doing my rounds. I didn't think anybody would be in here. But you've got a gathering out towards the courtyard. It seems one of your friends or allies or companions or whatever was going around town trying to drum up interest in your business venture, and well, you've got some interest.
Oh, right. Oh, good. Thank you, sir. Sorry about being in here.
He takes a second and dips a cup into like one of the water troughs and just splashes in your face. I figure you might need that to be a little bit more alert.
Yeah.
You sure I can't do anything else for you, sir?
No. I'm sure I'll find the crowd out there. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. You don't mind if I say, one of your type slept here? Terribly good for business.
Knock yourself out.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, and good luck on your venture.
And he goes ahead and goes, you know what, for any mess I've made, and he tosses a silver to him.
Okay. So he's like, oh, well, thank you. I didn't know I had Erenthor with me. You're a bit smaller than he is.
That guy's pretty generous, isn't he?
Oh, you're not Erenthor?
No, he's the big guy, the fur bulk.
Oh, I thought that was just a rumor. But thank you nonetheless. Thank you very much, sir. Do enjoy your day.
You too. And he goes ahead and stumbles out and heads towards wherever that crowd is.
Okay. So for everybody else, everyone is, oops, that's the wrong file. Everybody is starting to finally wake up. You guys are gathering eventually after getting a little bit to eat, from the inn. And word is starting to float around by some of the folks who were down at the bottom, having their breakfast or whatever at the inn, that this gathering is starting to happen near the main courtyard of Lady Sorrentis' home, or the castle.
So can I say, can I roll odd or even to see if Zara wakes up next to somebody in the woods somewhere?
Absolutely. So why don't you
just
go
because
ahead,
it was a celebratory night.
Sure.
So.
You just go ahead and roll a d20 and tell me if you're going to do odd or even first.
Better not be.
I'm going to do odd and no. Just 1d. What did I pick? Odd?
I don't know. I didn't hear you.
Already. Rolled a 13. I think I picked odd. So yes, she woke up with somebody next to her, but she woke up first, and she gets up and leaves before they wake up, and leaves a little tart in her stead.
Okay.
Just sneaks off.
Okay, that's very cute. Okay, so
she turned into a pie.
I had mad passionate love, and when I awoke, she turned into a tart. It's the strangest thing ever, I say.
It's just like me mom told me.
Give him top marks.
Yeah.
Top marks all the way.
So you are hastily running back into town, kind of reassembling, your clothing, getting your things together, heading back towards your room.
Yep. On the way, I will stop at the shrine just to pray and to give strength for the coming journey and all that, and then she'll make her way to the room and then change, shower, all that good stuff.
Well, we don't have showers here, but I understand what you mean. Yeah, clean.
Yep. Wipe away the sins.
Okay. So then what is everybody else doing now that you are starting to awake?
And Nara would have been up at her normal time. If people started gathering, she probably would have focused on that and then just gone to sit and listen and play music.
Sure. Well, I mean, you can tell that there's a bit of a crowd gathering outside. Yeah. The rumors are going around. If you want to be one of the first to check on that, you can.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, she'll be, because she got up early, was doing her thing, and then was like, oh, people are gathering? Let's go see what this is about. And she'll go and chat with people and be like, oh, why are you here? What are you doing? And
sure.
And then she'll just eventually sit back and play.
Okay, so you are playing to a crowd of roughly 35 people. Okay. You can see that there are several carts already here. It looks like people have, like, when they heard word that this was going down, like, they just took that night to pack up their things and are like, we're going, sort of thing. Like, this is a chance for a new start or fortune or whatever. So your playing and entertaining is actually helping to calm some of the nerves in this area.
I'll play to the point where I can still hold conversation. If people are talking to me, the music will still be playing. I won't be doing like a full performance, but I'll be playing the music, and if someone says something,
so why don't you give me a perception check as you're playing?
Okay. Perception.
And everybody say hi to Shelly. She's in the chat right now.
Shelly.
Hi, Shelly.
Shelly. Hope you're doing good, Shelly.
Which one is it? Is it R? No.
It's actually LTG.
Oh, there we go.
It's all Dungeons and Dragons Dice Bowl. Where did you roll? Oh, there it is. Never mind. 7. Okay. Well, do you see lots of people? That's about it, unfortunately.
Follis is going to be out there too.
Yeah, my passive is 15. My passive investigation is 15.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah, so we'll just go off of passive then. So you see what appear to be perhaps three full families that are here. You see that it looks like a couple veterans are here, clearly already armored and kitted up with their other things. You see there are some stragglers, other individuals that are coming along. One of the families appear to be farmers. Actually, no, wait a minute. Two of the families appear to be farmers of some kind. Perhaps a third, maybe they're hunters. Okay. Of course, obviously, there are a few individuals, old and young, that are veteran types. You also actually see what appear to be some specialists. They're coming themselves, so they have like their smaller carts. They're not like full-on families. You can make out that at least one stonemason and a carpenter are coming along.
Nice. Okay.
And you do one of the guys who stands out. Well, you would have seen him at the party. Obviously, Ronto is here, and is kind of waiting around near his warhorse. Ronto's picture is in the Discord chat if you need to see him. He's the sumo-looking Bushi. And you also end up seeing a guy whose race you don't readily identify. He does have knife ears, very similar to elves, although it looks like seems to be kind of missing a nose, and he looks a little bit more kind of feral-like, but he has interesting face marks. Out of character, Githyanki, which those are not common.
Think about that and draw him later.
Eventually, others are starting to come out. Folus is there. And Folus, as you come walking out, you can actually see Quaid, like, semi-stumbling about, actually, like, stumbling his way through the crowd.
Come over. Rough night for you too, huh?
Yeah, that drink was strong. Even had a crazy dream. But anyway, that's what's happening? What are we doing?
Why don't you go gather your things? We're about to head out.
Things.
Zara eventually just kind of ends up skipping into the meeting. You know, backpack in, all her gear.
So here comes Zara zipping on in with a skip in her step.
Foles is gonna like walk around the circle. He probably met some of these people when he was recruiting.
You did, yes.
So he's gonna
actually,
go,
the only ones you really met, the named individual like Ronto, you met already, clearly. The other ones you met were the mercenary types. So the ones that are clearly looking like they're soldiers of some kind.
Okay. Well, he's gonna talk with them about escorting the farmers, escorting the non-soldiers. I think we'll go ahead of the main group, and just in case there's something up there, we'll go clear it out, and the mercenaries can escort the non-mercenaries.
Okay. Yeah. They collectively kind of nod amongst themselves. It's like, I mean, we can do that. They all of them agree though that for what they have, this is a large group for them to protect. So just as an FYI.
Okay. Well, then maybe we all go together. All right. Anyway, he's just going to walk around, be social, help people, make sure their wagons are tied down and whatnot.
Sure. Okay.
I'll pour from a jug into a cup and hold out to Zara. Be like, here you go. Non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Apple cider. Just hand it out to people. Oh, Clyde, you look hungover. Here, drink this. It'll help. We'll play Song of Rest, even though people aren't really getting hit points back.
Okay.
I think Aranthor will, at some point, he'll come out and join the group, kind of geared up and chipper.
Okay. Sure.
I'm not sure what's going on with Griffith, as he was the one who failed every single constitution roll on getting drunk. So he's probably still drunk.
Is he sleeping in the kitchen?
Next to his...
no, he's in his room. Everybody at this point, everybody else, I should say, at this point, has made it back to the inn in their room, so you can meet up at the focal point.
He just didn't make it to the bed. He's just on the floor.
Question. Did everything that we did when we woke up last session still happen?
I don't think I understand. Are you saying I made you guys all dream it?
No, because you had the party the night before, and then people woke up and Lady Sorrentis talked to them about
Yes.
Advisor.
the NPC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we didn't make a choice because we figured we should do it with everybody.
Correct.
Right. I'm just asking. That all still happened, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, then if I don't see Griffith amongst everybody, I'm gonna go and knock on his door. Griffith, are you in there? My friend, it's time to wake up.
Matt and Rachel are both having connection issues.
Oh, okay.
This will be okay here.
Convenient.
Oh, we lost Abby too.
Holy moly.
I keep losing people.
We're under attack.
Dropping like flies.
It's the orcs. To arms.
I'm sorry. Are you not seeing my video or anything? I have audio just fine here.
You're in a solid red right now, and you were lagging earlier on to the extent of like you were completely frozen.
I can see and hear him.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back, Abby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna patiently wait for Griffith, or or like maybe I'll go into his room and see if he's okay.
So, Matt, did you hear any of that?
Yeah, my audio is fine. Determined how Griffith is, I'll work on my video here in the background, but.
Well, no, because like
So
I was,
where is Griffith at in the ability to wake up and respond?
can we get you to drop out of the chat and try to come back in? Your connection is really bad right now.
Yeah. Yep, I will. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, dope.
So you're saying the internet lost its constitution check?
Sure. So in the interim, then, Brittany, Abby, what are you guys doing?
So Sonia has been out in the yard, and as these people start, like she's just working with her sword, and as the people start gathering up, she's gonna be like super confused, and then her party starts coming out, and she'll say, "What are all these people here for?"
I'm like, wait, well, they want to travel to new opportunities.
Oh, they're here for us?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Looks like a couple of farmers, maybe some craftsmen.
Live a new life in Brannock Tor.
I think those are mercenaries probably over there, or soldiers of some sort.
Wow, word traveled fast.
Indeed it did, and she'll hand over a cup. Cider.
Oh, to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit.
It's not alcoholic.
I'll take some.
Oh my god, my cat just scared the crap out of me.
And I guess I'll start mingling with the newcomers and like shaking hands and thanking them for coming.
Okay.
Well, I imagine Alamora wakes up at some point. She gets all the
Probably
way. No, or not. Even that is entirely. I'm gonna roll for it.
I was kidding.
It's true though. She might not wake up without assistance.
Oh, quick, get her boyfriend.
Oh gosh.
It is true love's makeout session.
No thanks. Okay.
Can I confirm you guys can hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
we can see and hear you.
Okay. Odds she wakes up.
Alone or by her, or like with somebody?
Okay, she woke up.
Sorry, I missed that part.
You're good. So she wakes up. She sees that she is a disheveled mess and immediately goes to repair said mess, however long that takes. But is there like a mirror in that room or no?
Yes,
Okay. Should I roll to see if she sees her tattoos?
sure.
Or okay.
What's your passive perception?
uh, it is
Is it over a 13?
no.
Okay.
It's a 10.
You'll need to roll. You are not perceptive.
No, she is not.
No, Alamora wants to
I'm-
be a veterinarian because she likes to work with kids. Because she's a blonde. Yeah.
I'm sure she's good at lots of other things.
She's
She
very
is.
charismatic. Ooh, 19.
Okay. So probably when you start getting yourself undressed and then dressed correctly, at this point is when you wind up seeing the reflection.
Oh my goodness. What is that?
And it's like starts at the base of your neck on the back and goes all the way down your back.
She probably swears a little bit. She's like, does it hurt?
No.
Oh. What?
And it's very pretty, although obviously very shocking because it's very new and you didn't know you had that.
So it's just down her back and her neck?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. I don't remember that. Okay, we'll have to live with it. And she just kind of like tries to, put her hair in front of whatever, and if it's in the front of her neck at all, and she just tries to cover it up. If she needs to, she like a scarf.
Okay.
Or like her fur cloak that she has now.
Yeah, you've got plenty of items that will help you hide said tattoo.
Okay, and she will pack up her new dresses, and as best she can.
Just pack up hickeys,
Yeah, she has a little bit of healing magic. She'd probably heal any hickeys there were.
You might not have noticed them out, beyond the tattoo. Just saying.
That's true.
Yeah. She gasps in Spanish.
Oh, Dios mío.
No, le gasp. Or el gasp.
And she will drink the glass of water that was graciously left for her.
Okay.
And then head downstairs, probably to see if they have any caffeine, like coffee or anything.
Unfortunately, nothing like that. They have alcoholic drinks, which you probably want to stay away from.
No.
But-
Is there an apothecary in town? Maybe they have like a tonic she
Sure.
can take?
Mhm.
Okay. She'll go there first.
Okay. Well, as you were exiting, you can see everybody starting to gather out here and obviously the crowd.
She takes note of it, but she's going to get her tonic first.
Okay. So with George, Matt is back. So obviously, Matt, you are face down in your bed with the sound of a pounding fist against the door.
Griffith, are you in there, my friend? Griffith,
Yes.
answer me, please.
Maybe.
Is it truly you?
Um,
Tell me something only the true Griffith would know.
how would I know what the false Griffith wouldn't know?
That is a good question. You know what? I'll just believe it's you. Are you doing all right in there, my friend?
No.
Are you in need of assistance?
I'll tell you later. Let me try to get to the door first.
Okay, I will be standing here waiting for you to open the door.
And he will attempt to get up. Is the room still spinning? Is the bed spiraling on an axis? Or
Nope. Outside of needing aspirin that can't be found on a planet like this, you're fine.
okay, so I'm sure I did not get undressed from last night.
You're gonna need to. Your clothing smells like the past 2 meals that you've had.
Which were amazing.
You need some mending.
So
Precipitation.
first we'll stumble to the door and open the door. One eye cracked, kind of. Yes. I do not need help.
Oh, are you sure? And I'll put my hand on his head and I'm going to use 5 points of my lay on hands to remove a poison from him.
Okay.
Just to see if it does anything.
For sake of argument, yes, it does.
The devil toxins.
It became poison at the level he drank it.
Yep. You made a whole second meal. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that feels. Now I can feel the headache worse.
Well,
is it morning already?
Yes, it is. There is a large group of people that is gathering outside. I'm not sure what is happening, but
Weird.
perhaps we should investigate. Do you feel up to it? Do you need more time?
You say gathering, riot or after party?
It does not look like a riot. Several of the group has already gone outside, but I'm not sure what the commotion is. But I wanted to check up on you because you seemed a little worse for wear last night.
No, I was fine, I think.
Well, I can say, whatever it was, you are a genius. The thing you made last night, the cold bugbear spiced, whatever it was delicious. I cannot remember the name. It was really long.
Interesting. I can't remember the name either.
Can you remember how to make it? Because it was amazing. Did you write it down?
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
During the fight part of that evening, you went into the kitchen and you came out with a platter of amazing.
The fight part of the evening?
There was some orneriness at the event, and punches may have been thrown. I know definitely a cake got thrown, but yeah, just your standard ballroom brawl. But then you came out and you parted the sea of drunkenness with munchies, and everything was good.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, it is a shame if we never get to try that again, but hopefully you wrote it down somewhere. We'll have to check your room before we leave, but do you require any more assistance, or can you manage from here?
I think I can manage. I need to get dressed. Other than what I'm wearing.
Yeah, I believe we are traveling to Branactor today, so put on your traveling gear and let's get ready to skedaddle.
Okay. I will join you shortly.
All right.
I hope.
I will go say what the fuss is. If you need me, scream real loud, and I will come running.
If I scream real loud, I'll need you extra.
I will come extra fast.
Quiet, please.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I am very barrel-chested.
I will be out shortly.
Right. See you soon, my friend. And he'll, Aranthor will head outside and see what the hubbub is about.
Okay. So, as described before, it is a large gathering that's happening out near the courtyard.
Hey, this is fancy. Looks like there's about 35 people here with 3 full families, some veterans, a stonemason, carpenter, Ronto, and a Get Yankee. Okay.
There you go.
No, his passive perception is not that good. Yeah, he'll just kind of sidle up to everybody. Hey, what is going on up here?
Good morning, Aranthor.
Hey, Sonia. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. I have I've eaten my fill, I've drunk a good bit, and I did an elbow drop last night. So everything is great.
Wait, an elbow drop?
Yeah.
It was glorious. It was beautiful.
What happened?
It was I'm
Oh, I mean,
I-
some guy got really jealous at being able to not grow hair in general. And then he like pushed me, and then everybody else got involved, and then it was a glorious fight after that. That was just really cute.
I thought you were at a feast.
Yes.
You were. Is that not the custom of this place, that after the feast there is a big fight?
No, but it's just a bonus. I mean, but
I thought it was this land's custom. But
no, but it did kind of show me what was what, and actually, that big guy, Rich points to, was it Ruko? I forget his name. The big sumo guy. He knows how to body slam somebody. That's impressive.
We are about to have our own land. We could make it our tradition.
The body slam. Okay, sure.
Yeah, the people's elbow.
Well, it's
or platoon.
The people's elbow.
You're all here. None the worse for wear.
Yes,
Wait.
Griffith will be joining us shortly. He is packing and recovering.
Oh, was he injured?
No, he had a little too much to drink, but it is okay. His genius shines through even when he is drunk.
Wow.
Well, I know what that's like. So.
Well, sounds like it was a good time.
Yeah, you should have been there next time.
Yeah, I lost track of time.
Well, I mean, when we get to our place and we get everything established, we have to have a celebration of just beginnings.
Of course.
At this point.
It couldn't hurt.
Well, never hurts unless you want it to, but I mean that's your preference.
It will be a celebration of our new territory and of the people that we are going to share.
That's right. Of the people.
Mm-hmm. So these people are going to join us. That is nifty.
Seems like someone's been talking us up, and I look at Follis.
Yeah, we need people for our land. Yeah, farmers. We want to eat.
Yeah,
That's good.
all of the above.
And as most of you are kind of assembled out there, you see an agent from Lady
Shield.
Sarantis.
Oh,
Yes, from Shield. He's fresh from Tahiti.
Uh-oh.
it's a magical place.
It's a magical place. And just a half-elven individual, and just looks at your assembled group. Not that any one person specifically, and just asks, has your group made a decision on whom you're going to take with you? Or
Oh, our house manager. That's right.
Right.
I'll be honest. I don't think we had a chance to really discuss it in more detail. Last night was a bit busy.
Didn't we say they were both coming with us?
no,
Are they?
only one?
Because technically this was this morning is when they were
Yeah.
both these characters were presented to us. It was Marcus Crassus,
Mhm.
third son of a noble house, and Maven Sarantis, who is a half elf.
Yep. If you need them, they're actually in last game's notes, in the
Yeah.
D&D notes section.
We should do like a quick group huddle.
Is Alamore back with her beverage?
Sure.
Okay.
For all intents and purposes at this point, so we can keep the game going, everybody is here now.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, guys. So we have to pick whoever is going to be our seneschal for our new digs.
Well, what is it that they even do for us or with us or whatever?
Essentially, they will be the kind of between us and the people, as well as running things when we are not around. If we need any specific things, we could go to them and ask them. But each one has a different set of skills that make them, for example, Marcellus Crassus is a soldier, whereas let's see. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, Marcus Crassus. Marcus Crassus is a more soldier-like, if I'm not mistaken, and Maven Sarantis is more of a diplomat. He's good with politics.
Seems like I think Maven. We need people who can talk to the people, not just a soldier. That'd be like for an army or something, right?
I am
Just
like to. Oh, go ahead.
Curious. Can we only have one of them? I mean, is the one that isn't picked like what do they do at this point? Do they not both? Can we ask them? Maybe one can
Probably
handle the
so,
military side of things, and the other can do the political. Maybe they can work together.
Lady
She'll probably
Saran-
assign them to a different land.
Okay. Sorry, bad
Alright.
idea.
I know that our land is going to have a military flair to it, it being the choke point against the armies of the West. But I worry about someone so known for following the rules and being unyielding, running a populace that is not an army.
Yeah, I am more like to throw my vote in favor of Maven because I think this group has a fair amount of military background in it, as far as I understand. I think having someone who understands the political side of things would definitely be in our best interest. But I think both are excellent candidates.
Will it be enough when we're not there to protect our home?
That's really not the concern.
It will be, because Maven, if we
going
choose
to be.
Maven and go the diplomat, then
No, the concern is all the orcs that are piling up along our border, and we're being sent to bottleneck and prevent them from invading. Do we
Right.
militarily hold them back, or do we try to negotiate with them and make them at least neutral, if not allies? I
Yes.
voted for the seneschal who can work diplomatically.
the Seneschal can find us
But
soldiers.
I don't think the orcs will listen to us unless we have a military force.
I agree.
Oh.
I throw my vote in for Crassus.
I don't think we were talking about doing diplomacy with the orcs.
I like the idea of diplomacy, and I do believe that is more of our weak point, but at this stage in our land, I think we need someone who has a more rigid mindset, who can help establish a place to live, and then maybe we can find another to lead later on when it's not as necessary.
Aren't we the ones setting kind of the rules of this section, like this area? Like, I mean, this is like our sort of thing that we're establishing. I mean, I know we have like overall like kingdom rules and things of that nature, but don't we also have like zone rules, if that makes sense? Like things that we can manage within our own sort of little kingdom here. And if these are going to be our leaders in that sense, our managers and all that, like they would adhere to kind of the guidelines that we want them to have, right? I mean, that just seems to make sense to me.
Yeah. And we also already have relations with his siblings.
Well,
just look at pointedly at you and yeah, I'm like, that makes sense.
Well, I think the it's not as if we're going to drop these people off and then just leave. I think that we are part of the military force that is going to be the bulwark against the orcs.
I would agree with that. Yeah, we kind of have to figure out what's what there. Yeah.
The seneschal will be handling things like for when we do leave, but presumably we're not going to leave until the orc problem is taken care of. So
we're going to
I
have
just
military
don't
no matter
foresee
what.
having a lot of political issues until later on down the road.
Well,
but
those
also takes care of the populace and the day-to-day administration.
Okay.
Things that we don't have time to take care of right now because we're too busy doing incredible heroic
no matter
things.
what.
So having a diplomat who can recruit for us, send word out in case anyone else wants to come and stay in our land, can also get us more soldiers and hopefully a good military-minded leader for at least security or our law force is going to be.
Maybe we can talk to Mavis. Maybe he knows someone who is a good military leader. If he does, then I will switch my vote to him.
Aren't we the military leaders? Like, haven't we all?
Yes, but listen. This is a long term. You said you wanted this to be your home base.
Mm-hmm.
We're in this for the long run.
Okay.
But
and one of us will be the magister and will run the army, essentially.
Correct. But we're not always going to be in our home base.
Right.
So who would make the best leader when we're not there and protect against the orcs? That's, I believe, the issue we're having here.
Well, but I am saying that we are going to go to take care of the issue with the orcs. Like, by the time that issue is done with and we are deciding to leave, then what is the need for the military person? Like, I think it would also be best to have somebody who is can make trade deals and other things.
Exactly. I was saying, like, just one person like to have a military, and then maybe we can have somebody that maybe isn't on the same level per se, but maybe they have dealings and they can be someone that works with them or partners with them to allow them to, manage the non-material or military aspect of it.
Then let's go talk to Maven.
Like, there's nothing wrong with the partnership. I mean, this is what we're doing after all with all of this. So why
Yeah,
not
we could,
extend that to the leadership while we're gone?
if we have a few minutes, we could talk to both of these, Maven and Marcus, and ask them what they would do.
Maybe
We
they
like one
work
of their
together.
answers, we go with
It's like
them.
Maybe we can
like
take them
a
both.
job interview.
I don't think we can take them both.
Now, if
Lady-
they agree, there's
Lady-
nothing wrong with
they-
that.
They are loyal
Just
to
saying.
Lady Sarantis, and Lady Sarantis said we could only take one.
But again, if they'd agree.
I mean, they're going to agree to follow their leader.
I'm a little hopeful. I can't help it. All right, I'll go with your lead. I know nothing of politics.
Let's go speak with Maven first.
All right.
Drum, we go talk to Maven.
Okay, well, Maven can be found back at the castle for Lady Sarantis. It's her familial home at this point. Skipping through the formalities, obviously you go through the gates. They let you in because they know what it is that you're here for. He happens to be currently in a den at their home at this point. He's just going over some books that are inside there that happen to be a part of Lady Sarantis's library. You guys already have the description of the individual in the chat notes, and who it is you're going to be looking for. So
Alamora will curtsy and skip most of the pleasantries and go right to, we are considering you for, what's that word?
The seneschal.
Seneschal.
The seneschal for our new establishment, but we are curious if you know or can persuade any military men to help protect the keep.
So at that point, he runs a hand through his hair at this point, straightens out his his outfit. He says, unfortunately, my lady, I don't have those sorts of contacts. Many of those are far and few between, outside of course, Marcus Crassus. But my understanding is that Lady Sarantis has only given leave for the one of us.
Correct. But we know that our land is a chokehold point and in the way of the orcs.
Understandable. If you're quizzing me on my military acumen, I mean, I'm certainly proficient in most of the standard tactics, but I do not, I regretfully lack the pedigree of which the Crassus line comes from. I am more of a politically minded individual, which I think was explained before, but if not,
No, it definitely was.
I understand.
She's sorry, Abby is thinking. We'll be in touch.
I do have
Of
a
course.
question. Do you know anybody besides yourself, if you were to help us with this operation, that could potentially help with the militaristic aspect of it?
So he smiles
That
and he
would work
says,
with you.
I appreciate the revamping of the question that Lady Serapio had quizzed me with, but no, unfortunately, I do not.
So
Do
you
you-
have no context with that. Okay.
None of
Any-
that nature.
Just reconfirming.
Do
So
you have
I
any
just look at her like
political?
very obvious.
Do you have any political compatriots that don't quite have your lineage and persuasion, but could possibly help us with the paperwork and the running of things when we are doing our labors?
No, unfortunately, I do believe, given the staffing issues that the kingdom here is facing, you're going to run into the same issue with Marcus Crassus and his line. We are the two specifically chosen for this particular task, not just because of who we are, but there is an acute lack of that manner of staffing at this point.
Absolutely.
I have a question. Say 6 months from now, the town is established, a watchtower is built, a militia guards the pass, and we are attacked, and we aren't there. What do you do?
So you're asking in character?
Yes.
Okay.
With appropriate accent, but I really can't do the accent and think at the same time.
Okay.
Here, here.
He says, well, hopefully, by that point, I've had sufficient time to finance an appropriate force to protect the particular kingdom in question. And provide them the appropriate equipment and time to train from their sergeants in arms.
So, who handles the emergency?
Well, in this particular case, since we're speaking in hypotheticals, it would be presumably whomever your sergeant in arms is.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Thank you. You've been most helpful, Maven.
It's my pleasure. I apologize if the answers weren't to your suiting.
Well, as you said, this kingdom has limited resources, and both you and Crassus are in great demand. So, we'll be in touch. We need to go speak with Crassus and ask very similar questions.
Of course. Understood. I'll be here should you need me.
I walk alongside Folas and say, I agree. I think that we need a sergeant at arms because we're not going to have another themes. I feel like that's what I was asking before. It's something that can handle military on top of the political, and maybe we need two people independently handling that, but work together.
Yeah, but I think that all of these positions are ones that we are going to have to nurture ourselves while we are there. Like,
I don't disagree, but you can't expect one person that's politically minded to manage a military or the offense against the orcs in this case, if that's the case.
But
so you can't have both. You'd have to have one that's military minded with a political advisor, or a political person with a militaristic advisor. You can't. You just whatever one you choose, you have to have one with the other, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more.
I understand this, but I think the thing that we are we are assuming that we are immediately going to leave, and this person's going to, like he said, is presuming that he has the
resources,
yes.
the military aspect of it. And I know we're not going to leave anytime soon.
Yeah,
I understand
let me finish, please, though. The thing is that these problems are going to have to be dealt with by whoever we leave in charge. However, there's other things that we have to affect, and I think that how many of you know how to do diplomatic deals with political powers?
I mean, I'm not political, but I can be persuasive. But I mean,
This
Well,
is
but-
my point. This is the point that I would like to go talk to Marcus to see the other side of this, but this is my position here.
Yeah,
I
I
want
think
to
that
ask them what they're bad at.
Mhm.
So, Maven, this man, as the diplomat, I asked him what he would do in the military situation, and what he said was get out of the way. Which is
yeah,
what
that's what I
want
heard
here.
too. Yeah.
So we will have, as I understand these roles, we will have a magister, we will have a warden, we will have rulers, we will have people who will, if he fails
We have
with
to
the
appoint
military,
those and
we
build
have
that.
enough history between us at making war that we will still have a well prepared military.
Mhm.
Let's go talk to Marcus and see Marcus, and see what he says, because I want to know, he's strong at the military, but if he's terrible at diplomacy, how are we at shoring him up on that? And the fact is, very few of us are trained diplomats. A couple of you are nobles, and maybe you can carry that burden entirely yourself.
I agree. I think I understand that we will need a strong military in order to maintain this. I'm not denying that is important. It is more of the thing that we lack the most right now is experience in running a kingdom, and I think political wise, that is a lot harder for us to find on our own once we get to Branaktor. I think
I agree, but they have to survive the orcs first.
will we not be there to help fight against the orcs as well? Like that is my point though, is that
We also have our first mission that we hired you for.
are we immediately leaving to go do that? I thought we didn't know where the book was.
Well, we probably need to discuss that too, because once we go set up this place, once we take investment and
Yeah,
start
we're gonna be
running this
gone.
place,
Like,
we have conflicting roles.
Are we leaving immediately as soon as we set this place up? Is that the plan?
I can't say.
it doesn't feel right. I mean, we're going there now. I mean, we're going to be traveling there. We're trying to pick out someone that might be able to manage this place for us while we're gone. But you guys seem to have a goal, and we also have a goal with establishing this new territory. So I think you guys need to pick order of operations here at this point. You either want somebody that has militaristic experience or political, and you can't have both. So you either pick one that has that and then pick someone that can minor in the other area that we're lacking. So if you want militaristic leadership, great, and then we'll just pick a political partner for them, or vice versa. Like, talk to people here. Like, just because we can't pick the second person doesn't mean that we can't ask somebody else that has been here and might need a place to go.
Okay.
Speaking of that, that big guy, what's his name? Ronto?
Ronto.
Ah,
is
yes,
he
he
coming
seems
with?
to really love his job.
Because if he's coming with us, at least to Branaktar, maybe he'd be decent at leading a force if we go off and he stays behind. Has anyone talked to him?
I mean, talk to him briefly. He's very big.
He is good. He is good in a fight.
Yes,
We
yes,
saw
he
that
is.
last night.
His language barrier could be an issue, though.
All the more reason to have a politically minded person who is helping on the side. I agree with everything that is being said. I think it's more of a I want to shore up our specific weaknesses with this person. We have plenty of military service and military experience in this group.
I
Do you
still
think-
think we go speak with Crassus, but
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
believe the majority is leaning towards Maven. But let's go speak with Crassus. Maybe he has allies. Maybe his brother would be willing to come. A later date.
Many of the people I talked to in town when I went spreading the word yesterday, I went to groups of veterans. So some of the people outside waiting for us have years of military experience. Even if they're some of them may be older than their fighting prime, but they have the experience. We have definitely recruited a military-minded civilian populace.
Well, I wonder why that is when you talk to them as much as you did, but I'm not mad at it. I'll be honest. I think that based on the fact that we're going to a territory that we know is a choke point, that we know is an issue with orcs, I do agree that I think the militaristic aspect of it up front would be good, and then we build up the political on it as we go. That's my feeling.
I agree. I think that in the immediate term, the military
There's
presence
a
is what is
bit more of an
necessary,
immediate threat in that sense,
and
yeah. So
and then we can adjust once the threat is
These
less
people
less
aren't
present.
bringing an army with them, right?
Which is what I was trying to say
Yes.
in the first place. We need
Marcus
the
isn't
military
bringing an army.
first.
Marcus is bringing Marcus.
nobody's ever happy. You know what I mean?
Well,
What are
let's
you gonna
talk to
do?
him. Let's just talk to him, ask the same questions, and then we either vote on it or Lady
Oh, I'm sorry.
Serapio figure it out, because you two are technically
Evan.
in charge
You're
of
okay,
this whole
Rachel.
thing.
No, I didn't realize it. I know it was close, but unfortunately, my wig makes it a little difficult for me to kind of adjust the mic distance. Apologize. Is that better?
Much better, thank you.
Sorry. Thank
You
you.
can also typically adjust each person individually
Yes, you can.
in the interface,
Yeah, I've
unless
got
there's
people
some
turned
kind of
down.
a.
Some of you are pretty
Yeah.
loud.
I apologize.
It's okay.
It's fine. Don't worry
Wig
about it.
makes things weird.
All right. First
So
order of
everybody
business.
is advancing
Next right
now
thing,
to
Crassus.
everybody's advancing then to go find Marcus Crassus.
Yep.
So you will find him at this point after getting directions. The Crassus family actually has a small villa here, similar to the Serapios back in Rathglenshire, where they have a family that or a part of the family that oversees it, but they come through when they're in the area. Very Romanesque as everybody. But as you go to the villa, you see it's well maintained, and it has a clutch of guard already established there. Once you've declared your intentions, of course, you're expected, so you're brought inside. Stay on the floor for right now, I guess. And you're brought inside a warm-looking villa. Obviously, there's a fountain in the very beginning. If you are familiar, some of you are not, but if you're familiar with any of the visuals from like Spartacus, the TV series, or even Gladiator, all more modern Roman, or Rome for that matter, the TV show, you've already got some good visuals of what these places look like. But servant comes, brings you in. Marcus is currently in stately attire. Of course, the house is the house, as in like their family, are very well to do. And he welcomes you all in. Welcome, my ladies, gentlemen. I wasn't sure if you would have the time to speak with me, given the assembly that I'm hearing is outside.
We don't have long, for sure, but we have some very specific questions, as Lady Serantis, I'm sure, has informed you that you are potentially to be a leader in our new land.
Of course.
So, do you have any political allies that could help you if we chose you as leader?
Well, I'm sure that if you are not aware, I know Lady Asonia is aware of is actually aware of my cousin, having fought beside him before. My understanding is my brother, Kadrick, is seeking to make advancements in this particular area.
So do you think he could be persuaded to stay?
That would be my intention, yes. Were I, of course, selected.
We have met Kadrick before.
Oh, you
He was-
have? I wasn't sure if your paths had crossed. I know he was going to the Coldridge Mines before setting out someplace further north.
We traveled for about a day together, and we made camp as well. But anyway, Kadrick, excellent. If a political interference happened, what would be your mode of action if you did not have Kadrick? It was only yourself.
I don't think I fully understand the question.
Can I ask?
Yes, Fullest, please. You stated it much better than I.
So let us say 6 months down the road, we've established our stronghold, our town, supply lines, trading posts, farm villages, and so forth. And merchant families have begun to feud around the trading in the area, and it's affecting supplies to the front. How would you handle it?
Well, that depends. Obviously, the enforcement of the laws within the kingdom would be paramount. Beyond that, should the front, in this case, be of a dire situation, there may need to be amends to said laws and what merchants are feuding about. Again, it depends upon what it is that you're asking. It's sort of a vague question. But if you're asking if supplies need to be commandeered for the front, for the betterment of the kingdom, that could also be a possibility, with the intention of making amends once the war had been brought to a ceasefire.
Follow-up question. Does Kadrick have any political experience similar to Maven, or to a minor degree as Maven?
I cannot speak to the rest of my family as to what Maven does or does not have.
My question was open-ended, as in, if we were not present to make a call and something had to be done, I wish to know how you would govern in our place
based upon the laws set in place.
So the law we establish would be what you would follow.
Correct.
I just look at them and like, thank you. Like I told you so. Like a moment. I'll embrace that.
No, I take that back. No further questions, unless Erenthor, do you have any further questions, or Follis? Asonia?
No, I've asked my question.
No, I believe I have listened enough.
We will be in touch, Marcus. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
We'll be speaking shortly. And she'll kind of raise her hands up a little bit like this. Let's go speak in private and deliberate, but we probably should get going.
Sarah kind of giggles a little bit and just like, you know what? I know who I want.
Well, presumably you guys are just take this off someplace,
Yeah.
private, probably just out on the outskirts of town or something.
Right.
So what I hear from my questions is, if Marcus is faced with a diplomatic crisis, he is already amenable to seizing resources, bringing force to bear to, fulfill the needs of the kingdom.
Mhm.
If Maven is faced with his weakness, which is a military raid from the west,
Which he has no control over,
which none of us
technically.
have control over,
Mhm.
but his answer acknowledges his weakness, and he says he'll get out of the way and let whoever we have in charge of our militia,
Master at Arms. Yep.
yeah, sergeant at arms, whoever. I mean, we will have a magister, yeah, who will be in charge of the army.
Eventually, we
One
have
of us,
not.
no, one of us. We have roles to play in this kingdom. This isn't. We're not setting up a kingdom for somebody else. We're setting up our own. We each have a role to play.
Yes, but when we are not present,
When we are not present, we will have trained lieutenants to take on the work for us. So whoever our magister is will have trained captains of the guard and sergeants at arms and the militia.
eventually, but the orcs are right on our doorstep.
I don't think they're
Well,
that close to our doorstep.
that doesn't mean that those that aren't already there to start that sort of training doesn't mean that they're already prepared in some way. Like we just
Well-
we have to start somewhere at this point. Can't all have it all up front. I
mean, if
do
the
agree
orc
with his
masses-
assertion, though.
If the orc masses are walking over the mountain right now, we have no opportunity to build a settlement. So that can't be the truth. I think we have time.
Okay. Let us take a vote. I believe everyone said what they wish to say.
I think so. I think I've
Mhm.
told you my thoughts.
All right.
I've said it several times, yes.
Okay. For all in favor for Maven.
Oh,
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay,
6.
6.
6.
So
Sorry.
it's everyone but Asonia.
And those in favor of Marcus.
The bosses.
The bosses.
Yeah.
But I see value in both. So
I see that Marcus has more allies than Maven does.
Yeah, but I think we are not hiring a if the job if the position we were hiring was soldier at arms, then yes, Marcus should be the one. He is the one that is best suited to that job. But we are hiring our seneschal. This is the one who is going to be, covering our butts. And I think we have we can find good soldiers. We have good soldiers. We can train people. We will, before we leave this kingdom that we are setting up, we need to make sure that it is well defended, no matter what person we pick. I just think that Maven, I believe, will be most useful for the things that we ourselves lack.
I think it is important to note that, and you did ask Alamora that who they knew. You asked each of them who they knew, but we are not hiring the friends of the people we're talking to.
But we are potentially, just as you said, we will potentially train and build up an army. An army we don't have yet. Yes, you brought in veterans, but they do want to farm, which we don't have farmland for them. We don't know what we have. We do know, however, that there is a fort and that there are orcs coming.
Are we not going to meet the orcs? Are we not going to staff this place?
We are, potentially.
Well,
But we don't have the resources yet, where Marcus has more resources than we do.
he has one person that we that you guys know. I don't think I know this Crassus person or Kadric. But
He's much like you, where he is charity minded. He wants to help rebuild this land.
But you're sure that he will come. You're sure that we will get him, and you're sure that he will take a role. We're not hiring him, is my point. We're hiring his brother.
But I believe because of the relation, he will come.
That is a lot to hope for off of hiring one person. Is that they were guaranteed to bring in anybody else.
It is also a lot to wish for, to find a lieutenant not willing, but capable enough to run an army that we don't have.
So we did just vote. Are we ignoring that
No,
vote
no.
because we're still arguing about who we're choosing?
Good point, Quaid. Thank you. Asonia, we need your voice here. We go with the majority.
I'm fine with that. I think both have their strengths, and we can build up whatever is lacking.
All right. We go with Maven.
All right. So we're just picking them up and then headed out? Are we all set then?
I believe we're ready to go, Asonia?
Yes.
Okay. I will go let Marcus know he was not chosen, and anyone who wished to go speak with Maven and tell him.
Sure, I'll go do it.
All right. We scatter.
So we're leaving tomorrow then?
It would be fair to give, Maven a chance to collect himself before we... Well, hopefully he's got his bags packed, but we will find that out soon. We scatter.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so to skip past that, obviously you make your comments or delineate, what you want to say or do or whatever. Of course, Maven is selected, so he comes, with a couple of his people, obviously. Mostly just, his own personal retainers, his own cart with his things and whatnot. So, as you guys are all assembling in the courtyard area, oops, that is not what I wanted. And that's not what I wanted. Great. I got too many notes. Okay, so here's what you're going to find out about the settlers that are following you. So, you have, and of course, I'll provide all these notes for you in the chat, so you don't have to take these down directly. If you want to make your own personal notes, please do. Family number 1 are the Brennans. They are displaced tenant farmers. It's a mother or father, and they have 3 children, ages 6 through 14. They are coming because their leased land was absorbed by a minor lord consolidating holdings. This was in Theria. And they were already living out of wagons when they heard Fola speaking. Family number 2 are the Calderics. 4 people total. A war widow and her kin. They're looking to set up grain farming, bread and milling. And they came because they don't want protection. They want to distance themselves from old wars and old banners. Family number 3, the Holloways. They are famine refugees. So again, problems within Theria. They've come here. So it is, the Calderics consist of a widowed sister, a brother who's an injured veteran, and 2 children. The Holloways are going to try to focus on root crops, foraging, and basic trapping. They consist of a grandmother and 2 adult grandchildren. They are coming because they believe they will die if they stay where they are. Simple as that. You had some individuals come with you. One is a single adult laborer, so just random guy. They'll probably blend in with one of the established households sooner or later. And a teenage helper attached to one of the families. So it's not family. He's just teenager coming along because he likewise has something better in his life, and this is an opportunity for a fresh start someplace new. The veteran fighters and camp followers. This is not including Ronto or Kieran, who is going to be following you guys partway. So you have 5 former soldiers and mercenaries and 3 camp followers or dependents. Notable standouts: 1 older shield bearer who's done with contracts, 1 young woman who served as a scout during the border skirmishes, and 1 scarred pikeman who doesn't talk about where he fought. And then you have some opportunists / specialists. These are people here specifically to build a future, some of which I've already mentioned. 1 stonemason. You overheard the comment about the fortress out there, and you jumped at that. Carpenter, guaranteed work. That's a given at that point. You end up finding out a brewer's assistant is coming along. He hopes to partner up with the Githyanki, from what you hear, which you'll find out about him in a second. 1 teamster with a mule cart, because transportation's power, so he's going to try and set up a little transportation hub to help assist. You end up having an apothecary come with you, a hedge healer / apothecary.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Head switch.
I knew Abby was going to like that. And then 2 general tradesfolk. So people who've got some merchant skills as well as a little bit of farming here and there. They can kind of blend in, mix in wherever they need. And then you've got a couple people that no one's really sure about. But they're coming along, again, because it's opportunity. You got a guy, a quiet man with a military posture, who just kind of seems to keep away from everybody, but he's coming along anyways. You have a woman who happens to be traveling alone who refuses to say where she's from. You have a child with a spear and no training, but fierce conviction. It's about teenager-ish, about 14.
Preteen.
Oh, okay. That I was like, wait, how child? Like, okay.
Yeah, he's 6.
That's why I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I'm going to kill me some orcs. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time we had a child with a abnormally large weapon.
Nope. No, it would not.
What?
And then somebody who is coming along, he seems likable, but for whatever reason, he insists that he's not being followed a little too often. Occasionally scratches, like right around here. But that is the slew of individuals that you have going with you. Of course, you have Ronto, who's actually coming along to the adventure inward to Barantor, or
Branactor.
Thank you. Then you also have somebody going by the name of Rurik, who is actually coming along because he's intending to start a tavern.
Quay's best friend.
And he is the Githyanki.
I still don't know how to spell
What
that thing you're
what
saying.
do they even look like? Like, is there an example, a picture?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Have you seen Lae'zel from Baldur's Gate?
No, I don't play any of that. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was just like, she's a very famous Githyanki, so I thought.
Nope.
Okay.
I am limited to City Heroes, and that's it. I don't play anything else.
It's.
I'm sorry, I don't have every race memorized. Get Yankee. There we go.
They're very
Yeah,
OP
there you
race if you ever play one.
Post on Discord. Where'd you post it?
Discord.
Mike?
It's in Discord.
Dungeons and Dragons, the main.
They look like the orc version of elves.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
They're an old school race. It first came out in Fiend Folio for Dungeons and Dragons First Edition.
Okay.
In Tomes of the Chaos Bard, the orcs and the goblins are ancestors of the Githyanki.
Oh, okay, cool. But that is a picture, so you know what male and female look like. What you would know is that they're in this world they are rare. No one knows what his race is. He's constantly having to tell people that he's Githyanki, and definitely not half orc, half elf.
Is there lore per Dungeons and Dragons, Jerome? Or okay, so they travel the astral plane.
Correct.
Okay.
Although he doesn't talk about that out of character. Yes.
Oh no. Alamore will probably have no idea about that. That's all Abby.
Yeah, out of character, there's a reason why you don't know, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they whether they cross over or not. It's because they're an extraplanar race. They don't really come from a world per se. They come from other planes of existence.
Florida.
But they're
Yes.
so rare that there's no
They are Florida.
no stereotype or anything related to them. Correct?
What's that?
They're so rare that there's no stereotype associated with them.
You are correct.
Okay.
No xenophobia, all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing like that. Well, he does have to battle a little bit because of the fact that he looks more inhuman than most of the other accepted races, but not as much as other. But because no one ever has seen anything like him, he tends to get the "what are you, half elf, half orc" sort of treatment. Like Gryon kept getting Tabaxi because no one had ever seen a Leonid. It's like, you're a awfully big Tabaxi. Not Tabaxi. Sure I am. So, so that is where we're going to actually stop for the night for this particular game. The next game is obviously the Caravan Westward. As everybody is...
Oregon Trail music.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, no.
You will be making rolls to avoid dysentery.
Drum. I'm a paladin, so I'm immune to disease. And dysentery is a disease.
That's not fair.
No, I can actually cure diseases too. So
ditto.
Yeah.
To diseases.
No dysentery here.
Yay.
Prestidigitation.
I mean,
You're gonna sparkle your dysentery away.
You still got to cross that darn river, though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Food and drink. That's
And
what
kill
we
all the
need.
buffalo we meet along the way.
We'll just have Aaron Thorne hit the mountain and make a path, skipping stones.
That's just how we do things now.
It has worked in the past.
Let's go ahead and start with the RP votes here. So we need to start with Brittany at the top.
Dale. Good job.
Okay. Abby?
Dale.
Okay. George?
I was gonna give it to Mike for asking a lot of good questions about to the quid pro quos to the Seneschal candidates.
Okay. Callie?
I was gonna say Mike as well.
Okay. Dale?
It's actually going to go to Matt for when he was drunk, waking up, all that interaction. That was pretty good. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Rachel? Unfortunately, you're muted.
Of course I am. I'm going to give it to Mike Folis. Yep, because questions are important.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going with Abby because I like a little pushback.
Okay.
Devil's advocate. We got to make sure we're making the right choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, Matt.
I'm going to go with Dale because I think he had the most detailed and deep character development tonight. So
Okay. So that leaves us with a roll off. Dale and Mike, go ahead and just roll a d20 in the chat. Wow.
Mike wins.
Yep. Mike got a 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike wins the RP vote. So you go ahead and get the XP for that, which is what, 150?
200, I think.
200?
Yeah, it's 200.
Yeah, for the vote, 200.
Cool. Okay. And then, of course, everybody's getting the cosplay bonus, and we've already got the monthly tallied. So, all right. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us and chatting. Tress, thank you for the follow and whatnot. Our next game's coming up next week. We have Star Wars coming up on the 25th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's on the 25th. Then we have Mythic Savannah, which is a World of Darkness genre or mixed genre game, starting at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then more of Marvel Superheroes on the 28th, starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you guys all for hanging out with us and chatting, and the follows and so on and so forth. And we will catch you all again next time. Good night, guys.
Hi.
all right.